right, so we're finishing up example 35 now, and you'll remember that when we did this model, I must have been extremely tired because I, again, made a boo-boo. So if you saw the video with the boo-boo in it, this is what we should have gotten, taking our 2 points, finding the slope from them. We should have gotten a negative 3750, putting it into point slope form, which gives us this model here, which you now see written here. Our first question in this says use the model to find out how much the SUV would be worth 3 years after it was sold. So V of 3 is what it's asking us. So that says that V of 3 is equal to negative 3750 multiplied by 3, and then add 23,750 to that. And so 3 times 3750 is equal to 11,250, and of course that's a negative 11,250, and we're going to add 23,750 to that, and when we add 23,750 to that, we are going to get $35,000. And that's not right. Okay, let's try that again. 23,750 minus 11,250, and that's going to give us, that's better, $12,500. So what we're being told is that 3 years after the SUV is purchased, it will be worth $12,500. Now, the next part of our question here, it says, when will the value, or how many years after it was sold, will the SUV be valued at 16,250? So V of T is equal to 16,250. That's what we're being told right now. So that means we're substituting that value in for V of T. So we're putting 16,250 right in here for the V of T. And that means we're going to subtract 23,750 from both sides. So 23,750 minus 16,250, and that's going to give us 7,500, and that's a negative number because this is going to be a negative, and that's equal to a negative 3,750, and those are T's. And now, of course, we're going to divide by a negative 3750 on both sides, and when we divide by the negative 3750, we're going to see that T is going to be equal to positive 2. And so 2 years after it's sold, we should expect the value to be 16,250. All right, now moving on to our last example from the last section 30, we had these 2 ordered pairs that we found on this graph, and this gave us the slope of 15 halves. Plugging that into point slope form gave us this equation. And R says find C of 25. So we're, in other words, going to be substituting in 25 right here. So we have 15 halves, and then multiplied by 25, and that's going to be adding in 75. So we're going to find that the C of Q is going to be the value that we're going to see in just a moment. And so now I figured that out. So 15 times 25 divided by 2 gave us 187.5, and then we add 75 to give us 262.5. Now, since our C of Q usually means the cost per item, we would say that the cost of 25 items would be worth $262.50, and that would be the interpretation there. I have nothing further to say about this section because it's really coming back to the last section, making a model, and then using that model to interpret using the function notations, and remembering also y-intercepts and the slope and their interpretation.